Hey, welcome back. Here's the next big project. That one I'm waiting on parts. We'll come back to that. But here's the next one. This is I think it said a 2000 Polaris Sportsman 500. Now, this thing's been through some rough running, I think. I mean, actually, it's not too bad because all of the suspension is good. There's no looseness in the tires here, so the bushings are all good. Actually, he said you can see how that piston is. Look, they said somebody left the spark plug open with water, got down in there, and you can see how it just sees the rings in there. Well, we got a whole brand new cylinder piston kit I have for that. Now, just recognizing I'm probably going to need a key for that one. Alright, well, here's one of the issues. You can hear my welder going. And I decided to pull you in here to show you what I was doing. Somewhere this got damaged and somebody welded it on. This is from something else. I guess it got bent, I don't know, wrecked. What happened to it? Well, they welded this on. Well, as you can see here, see the gap there? Yeah, they welded it on at least a 1/4 inch back, too far. Somebody didn't know what they were doing. And you see how I fixed it. I cut it, and then I made this plate and put it in there to bring it up to the right location. Now, the way I did that was you do reference points. See, I'm going to hook on here, go back here, and you can see it's about 24 and an eighth. I'm going to hook on here about 24 and an eighth to that point. So that's how I got these points here. Then I went into here and I took this measurement from here to here to make sure that's the same. I did the same over there with the one that was good and brought it into line. So this should be all the good area here where it needs to be. So hence my tire, you can't see it now, but it was leaning in a little bit. So now it looks a lot more straight the way it's supposed to be. Well, that's one issue I'm just taking care of right now. And this here is what I'm going to get ready to do here. You can see how it broke off here and there. Well, let me show you here. See, somebody tried to braze it on there. As you can see, it didn't work. So I'm going to cut the braze off because I'm going to weld this thing back on. So I figure, well, I got the welder out, I might as well take care of that. And then I'm going to start on putting this motor back together. I got, like I said, a new cylinder. I think I got all the parts I need. I got a gasket kit. That's the only thing I'm waiting on is a gasket kit. But the reason I want the gasket kit is in the head, before I put it back on, I want to put new valve seals. It's always a good thing to do because they generally what goes bad in them. And the kit that came with the piston, the cylinder, I can show you here, does not have that. It does have the head gasket. And reasonably, this ain't too bad on price. You see there? Brand new piston, cylinder. You got timing tensioner. So there we are. Got all that. That's the easiest way to go. It's like $100. You got like a brand new motor there. And these are my boots. CV boots. Because here's one thing too. See somebody, see that's there. Dirty, but they're there. But what happened was, and I'll show you that, what happened there. Well, drive shaft was missing too. I got one of those, as you can see here. But this is the front drive shaft. The other one was seized. Somebody ran it out of oil. So I think I got all the parts to put this together. And so I'm just doing some of these little things, waiting, because once I jump into this, I want to have all the parts and I want to put the motor together, and I don't want to stop. Because I hate stopping in the middle of stuff because that's how things get lost. and he forgot, and then you have problems. Now the carburetor, it's going to need to be cleaned. I'll open it up here and we'll see how bad that is. But here's the next project. I got the plastics all for it. They look halfway decent. As you can see, somebody painted it, so I'll have to take off what paint's on there. Gonna need some grips. I need to order those. Well, the speedometer is not that pretty at all. So I looked on eBay. Yeah, ew. Can't even see it. I can get one on eBay for 33 bucks. I might go ahead and order that. Get that going, because I can go for it. So here she is. We're gonna put her back together. And what I do like about it, that all the suspension's in good shape. Oh, I got the battery for it too. So all right, well, I'll pull you back up when I'm ready to start putting this thing together. I might bring you on when I weld that up over there. You can kind of see that, how I got that figured. So I'll bring you back on here in a bit. I'll pause you. All right, there we go. Got her all on there. There, got that welded on there. It might be a hair off, but it's straight up here. This is not real important. You can kind of see how this bent down. I need to bend that up. This just holds the plastics up, so it needs to be halfway close, but that's it. So got that all on there. They had a lot of braze on there, and that was a pain. So you can kind of see the gold right there. That's a pain because you got to get that off the weld. So, all right, well, this is starting out. I'm going to get some, let me see what I did with it now. I almost forgot about welding all that up there. Here we go. My repairs, I'm going to use some of this. I like this. It don't need it. It's just what I have. It's flat black. And let's see here. Show you here. Kind of keep this stuff from rusting anymore. Makes it look a little better too. Now let me see up in here. You can see up in there. There we go. So hopefully this tire's all straight. Taking a lot of confidence in it. And now let's spray this one. Looks like somebody's messing with that there too. There we go. Had to weld that up. Let's get over here. See it there. Ooh, that's a little still hot. Alright, so that makes it look a little nicer. There's probably some of these stuff that's rusty. Makes it look better. I'll probably do this too. You know, just make it look a lot better. And keep it from going any farther. So, alright guys, well, let me put this over here. I'll bring you back on when I'm tearing into this motor, taking all this out. Crank's all good. Just stuff that back in there. So, carburetor's what I'm going to worry about. I'll have to check it out. If it's good enough, I'll clean it. If not, we'll see what one costs on eBay. Alright guys, hey, if you like, subscribe and comment, and I'll bring you back when I get it a little farther. Have a good one. Hey, brought you back. Look at that nasty thing. Ew. Yeah, let's check on that's bad, isn't it? Definitely got to look on eBay and see what the used one will run. I just want to bring you back and look at that and awful stuff. That's what happens when you leave gas in it. Alright, I'll see you later. Comment, subscribe, and take care. Hey, welcome back everybody. Well, we're gonna get started on this Polaris. We're gonna take this piston off and clean this all up and get ready to put the new cylinder on. I don't have the gasket for to put the valve seals in the head up here. They're coming today, but we can get this cylinder on here. And as I said, here, I'll bring you over here. I was just pulled out the here, let me get away from you here. And there was hardly any oil on there. So, me knowing me, I want to make sure that we got oil in this. So I started go ahead and pumping some oil into that. You got to wait for a little for it to settle to check it. But I know let's get the oil in there now, so I don't have to worry about that and forgetting it, and that can do a lot of damage. So it had oil in it, just didn't have enough. So just wanted to fill that up. But we're going to get started on this here. I'm going to click you back in here. There we go. And let's get this piston on. So first things first, let's get the keeper out here. Nice little ring. Okay. And what we'll do is just push that right out. Maybe. I got my finger stuck. There we go. Now, really there's nothing wrong with this piston. Let me come around here. There's probably nothing wrong with this piston, but you can see how the rings are not popping out. Whoop, let's get you here. See how the rings are just solid with the side here? That's because it got water in there, and you can see the rust. And rings will rust to it. So they left the spark plug off. Now, I probably could have cleaned this up and brought this back, just put some rings in there. But, you know, for $100, I got a whole new piston, a new pin, I got a new cylinder. So this thing's going to be like starting over. New cylinder, new piston, new rings. It's going to be like brand new. And the head's in good shape. So this is going to be probably a really good running motor once we get done. So I figured by the time you buy some rings, you know, and the gasket kit, you can buy that. So that's why I went ahead and did that. I done it on the last one, it worked great. So I don't see why this wouldn't work any better. But this will probably, I'll keep this in my hoard, so to speak. Because if something comes around and I need to move it out and don't want to put the money into it, then I will clean this up and throw some rings in it. But it's always good to keep the OEM. Alright, so we got that off of there. Now what I got to do is here, I got to need to clean this all up. See that? We got junk, and you know what? I need to jump. I'm bending over here, which I'm probably going to sit down in my chair. But I need to clean all this up. So one thing I use, if I can get in there, I like to use one of these. This works really good. But here, I can't really, I might be able to get the drill in here and clean this up. But I'm probably just going to try to do something like this. Just to try to, you gotta pull these off. Just to get all this old gasket off of here, best you can. And then I might come back with that to smooth it up with that green thing I had. And it's good to put some rags or whatever you have in here to keep your crud from all dropping down in there. Which I got some here. You can use anything. Here I got this, you know. You don't have to be rags. This is some plastic. Come with some of the stuff. You can stuff it in there just to keep your junk from going down in there. Do the same thing here. Put something down in there. Because if it falls down in there, it's going to make a mess. So, okay, I'll clean that up and I'll turn you back on when it comes time to put the piston on and do all that. Okay, here we are. This is what comes in that kit. You got the piston, you got the two pins, you got a new chain adjuster. And see how when it comes with the piston in it like this. It's already honed out. They put the rings in there like that, which I think the reason they do that is because they need to be mic'd to size. You can see the small gap in there. You can see that. Because you got to make sure there's a certain amount of gap in between there. So they've done all that for you, and things honed out, ready to go. You just need to put it together. So you got a new pin, everything. So that's what's kind of nice about doing this. It's like brand new. So there's a few things you got to switch over. Of course, you got this. You got to switch over. It's not too bad. It comes undone. You got to unscrew this. Unscrew this and put that over. This comes out and pop it over. And of course, you got your normal these here that's got to go in there. And of course, this thing here is your guide for that. So there's just a few things you got to switch over. Actually, that needs to just come on out. This needs to come on out. So there's a few things to switch over. So it's best to do it now when it's on the bench and do it when it's in there. So I'm going to get started on putting those things in there, and I'll bring you back on before we get ready to install it. There's another thing to remember. If you can see, I don't know if we can see it. These got the numbers. There's numbers up here, and on this one. This is the secondary ring. This is the first ring. The first ring is the silver. See, it's kind of silver. That'll be the first ring. And you put the numbers up. Now these, it don't matter on the oil ring. It don't matter which way you put those, but those is what you gotta look for, to put those up. This is the top ring, the small one, and the big ring. So just let you know on that. Might help somebody. I'll bring you back on. We'll get more done. All right, I'm back. I got these things put on. What you have to do is you got to use something like this to go up and back. What I did is to get this thing out of the old one. And if you can, I put it, see there, I put it in my vise. And you pry this at the same time doing this, and you can release it. And then to put it into here, all you do is you put some silicone or some RTV on there, RTV on there, and then just hammer it in. Make sure it's going the right direction. And there it is. And I unscrewed this. This is right-hand threads, or regular threads, and just unscrew it. And I screwed it into here. Then I put my two things here up here. Now, I think I got everything off that. I think on the last one, I can't remember. Last time I did this, I think I used the OEM one. I can't remember why. Something I liked about that one better than this one. I don't know. We'll find out. So, all right. Well, I'm going to get all that gasket off of the thing. And when we get ready to set all this in here, I'll bring you back on. All right, here we go. I got the head on there. Sorry I didn't show that. And got two bolts put here. The one bolts are down in here. 46 pounds, foot-pounds of torque. What do they need? The torque on those. So I got those in. And I think if I showed you in my last video, let's see, I used this, I don't know where to put it here. Here's the piston. I put this around to compress these rings. So when you slip it on, it makes it a lot easier. So that worked out pretty good. It's kind of hard to show. I had other things going on in here. But there it is. Got it that far. I got to wait till I get the valve seals on the head. And I can show you that, taking those apart and putting new valve seals on. So that's where we're at about now. And like I said, I'll pull you back and we'll show you on the valve seals. Alright, I don't know if this is going to be in. I might add more to it, but not. Hey, subscribe, and there's going to be more parts of this coming up in the near future as I put this together. Hope this helps somebody, and have a good one. Hey, brought you back. Look at that nasty thing. Ew. Yeah, let's check on it. That's bad, isn't it? Definitely got to look on eBay and see what the used one will run. I just want to bring you back and look at that and awful stuff. That's what happens when you leave gas in it. All right, I'll see you later. Comment, subscribe, and take care.